What's up, everybody? It's your boy Marcel P. Black here checking in, man. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys had a great New Year. I'm not gonna say New Year's. Try to be better in 2021. A happy New Year. You feel me? Nah, forget that. You know, New Year's. I am forget the King's English, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just want to check back in, man. And I'm working this album. Like I said, man, the original Search of the Black Messiah album dropped October 15, 2019. I did a re-release of the deluxe with the deluxe edition on October 2020. And I'm going to keep working this album because I think it's that damn good. I think it's a great album. It's my best work. The pandemic slowed me down. You know what I'm saying? Family tragedy slowed me down, but I'm not going to abandon this project no matter what. If I put out other music in between or whatever, as I have already, I'm not abandoning this project because it's really good. And I'm going to go through every single song so the people out there in the world know what's going on. So like I said, this is the Search of the Black Messiah Deluxe Edition. This is the Deconstructed podcast. Once again, the label Maroon Music LLC. Executive produced by myself and Stephen Brown, mixed and mastered by Fifth Child, recorded by Fifth Child at Cole's House in Jackson, Mississippi, and all the songs for the deluxe edition were recorded by Sheehan at Soccer Studios here in Baton Rouge. But while we got it out the way, man, I gotta bring a guest to the table here, man. Gotta bring a guest to the table here. This brother. Don't freeze on me now. Don't freeze on me now. Where we at? There we go. This brother.
We in there.
This brother, hold on. I looked at you. I looked at your Facebook page. Originally from is it Mel? Where you from originally?
Mendenhall.
Mendenhall?
Yep, that's it.
Mendenhall, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
originally, but I know him as a Jew. You know what I'm saying? He speaks fluent Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of Jackson, Mississippi. Super producer extraordinaire, Donche. Now, Donche is really, really, really important to this album in particular because the first song that was recorded for this album was to his beat. And another reason why it's really, really important, and hopefully we can get into this or maybe not or whatever, is that originally when I wanted to do this album, I wanted to do the whole album with him. Ended up getting 3 tracks from him, but I wanted him to do 10, you know what I'm saying? And so he was what I had in mind. So before I get to talking too much, because I'm super duper long with it, I like to ask everybody, do you remember how we first met?
So the way in my mind, as I think back, a lot of my connections that I've made in music, period, has come through the Jackson music scene in general. And a large part of that for me, for those from the Jackson metro area, they know of 7 Studios, which was really where I met all of my partners from. But from that branch, I met DJ Young Venom, who went on to create a store called Offbeat. And Offbeat is much more than just a comic book vinyl shop. It's also a cultural center. He showcases local art talents, people that want to stretch their wings, give them a chance to break their teeth. He was doing open mics at one point for comedy, for comics to be able to do their stuff. And so it's just a hub. And so I believe the first time I met you was a show at Offbeat. That was the precursor. And then I kept seeing you. You kept coming back through. You came through the Howlin' Mouse. You came through for Jackson Indie Music Week. You came through, I think at one point in time, you came to the Fair Street Festival. And it just, over time, we just started drumming up a relationship. I think part of that is due to Venom, but part of it is due to Fifth Child. So that's our big link. Yep. Like Fifth Child is my homie for a long time, man, like since way back in New Horizon days. So yeah, man, like I think that's where we met. And from there, like every time you came through, you was a cool guy. You found out I produced and took it from there, man.
Right. So I'm trying to think, man, because I come to Jackson, like there's no city in the last, so it may be 10 years. There's no city, I would say, in the last 9 or 10 more years outside of maybe my hometown of Oklahoma. And I take that back. Like as far as like trips, I don't think I've made, not even New Orleans, I don't think I've made more trips to any other city outside of Baton Rouge and maybe my hometown in Oklahoma than Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I've been christened an honorary Jew, you know what I'm saying? An honorary African.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm in Jackson I'm in Mississippi or Jackson. Well, not last year, but I still snuck out there to do some recording during the pandemic. But like, I remember like 16, 17, 18, 19, I'm literally going to Jackson. Oh man, I would say 8 to 10 times a year, and I might only perform 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Because I
That's
was
wild.
recording on several different projects, you know what I'm saying, with Fifth Child. And like, you know, I started coming out of Jackson in May. It was May 14, 2011. And I just kind of found a home out there. Like Jackson is really, really important to my growth as an artist because it was the first place out of state that kind of accepted me. You know what I'm saying? And
Definitely. Big time.
so like, you know, from, you know, the first time I came out there to do a show was at Suite 106. You know what I'm saying? So
Man.
this way back, this May 14, 2011. And I remember doing I was during the Generation Next Dreams days, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Howlin' Mile days, the Turn Up Studios, which is, I don't know what it's called now, but it's right, it was before Offbeat opened up. You know what I'm saying? But
I
it's
know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
place like right next door to Offbeat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Soul Wired, I want to say Plus Live. It's like, so I've been, man, I've you know, and I'm very familiar with the gentlemen's clubs out there, but this ain't that type of podcast. You know, I've worked with a lot of Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and not just Jackson, man, like working with Big Sign, working with D Horton,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And then like so that's just me as a rapper. I'm not even gonna talk about like you know, of course I got, you know, songs with Fifth Child, I got songs with Kamikaze. Ben trying to get a record with Coke. Coke is somebody.
Oh man.
Coke, man. That dog. I think we have everybody beating each other up, dog. Like the way we both like, man. Like that's when I got to make that happen before it's all said and done. But like,
Yeah.
just my relationship with Jackson, man. Even as a facilitator, man, getting linked up with Kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? And so I've brought like several generations of Jackson artists to Baton Rouge and reopen that pipeline from going back to Kamikaze to even Skip Coon, and then we go into 730 and Fifth Child, even the young guys, you know, the young gals rather,
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin C, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
to Young Jules, and you know, so like Jackson has, it's one of my favorite places to go and just be at because y'all black as hell, and like I love the y'all have like a, to me it's one of the South and America's hidden secrets. Y'all got
Mm-hmm.
this y'all got this underdog chip on your shoulder to fight against all the negative stereotypes people say about Mississippi, but y'all do the work to make it better. So like people be like, you going to Jackson, Mississippi? Like, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Potholes and all,
Yeah.
Jacktown and all. Yes.
Buddy.
These 150,000 Negroes show so much love and they do, like, it has an incredible culture. You know what I'm saying? So
Man.
that's the reason why I'm always in Jackson. And I feel like, and I'm saying all that because I feel like you as a producer embody all that. So like I said, I don't remember the first time we actually slapped down. I remember
Yeah.
one key thing I do remember. I remember seeing you. I do remember you producing, but I remember, I think the first time we actually had like a decent like conversation that I really remember, it was at one of the times during Jackson Indie Music Week, and you walked up to my merch table. You was already wearing like one of my old shirts, and you bought another one. I said, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this dude really rock with me." You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
remember,
man.
I remember he was like, "Man, you got a 3X." I was like, "Yeah, I got you, big dog." And I remember, and I want to say we that's when we kind of like really, really chopped it up or what have you. And then, fast forward, it was uh so this was after Gullah Gullah Island came out, and
Mm-hmm.
like I remember you putting the beat up on SoundCloud, right? Before anybody rapped
That's
over it.
crazy.
Before
Yeah.
anybody rapped over, because I've been tapped in with your production for that long. I remember Silas getting it. I remember it blowing up, and I remember, so after that, like you was kind of putting more content out there, and I saw you doing an interview, and you were saying like your style is, you said, everywhere in between trap and boom bap. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Then those were the words that you said. I said, okay, so this is a guy I got to work with. So, um, fast forward, it is a
Mm-hmm.
beat sale. So this is January. So it was after Jackson Indie Music Week. It is
Mm-hmm.
January of 2018,
Yeah.
and so about 3 years ago, almost to the date. And you had a beat sale, and you playing beats. So like I've never been to a beat sale before. I've never bought a beat sale before. And I'll be honest with you, like I'm I've been blessed to have a lot of in-house producers.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've never necessarily even been in the market to buy beats, to be honest with you, right? because it's like two main producers. They're my in-house guys, and so so I was like, you know what, I like what this dude doing. You know what I'm saying? So I specifically stayed an extra day to go to the beat sale, and you play the beat to Someday. And I remember, I remember like boxing everybody out, getting close to the stage. So I was like, okay, he gonna see me vibing to these beats, right? And so you played the beat to Someday, and when the sample dropped, I said, ooh. And you was like, I really want somebody on that. And you put your black fist up. I want somebody on this to rap on this. I was like, oh, okay, that's me right there. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. So this is our destiny. So before we go into any of that too, so for people who are not familiar with Donche, here's him doing a piece with the Vibe Collective in Jackson, Mississippi. Kind of doing just a minute, maybe 40 seconds of him just kind of rocking out with the beat, so people can kind of see the talent, the caliber of artists I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna put this thing down so the camera's not in the way, and I'm gonna play this real quick, and it's gonna be over real quick, fast in a hurry, and then we're gonna get back to the conversation.
Bringing the vibes one time. Make some noise for brother Donche. Let's get it. SP forever.
Just be like that. Man, what part of game you game? You been running the game on me. No, she got that I put my lifetime in between the paper's lines. I'm the nigga who fight rhyme. P, yeah, you heard of him, but I ain't concerned with them. Nigga, I pop more guns than you holding them.
For years, sitting on different benches like his musical chairs. All his people's moved on in life. He's on the corners at night with young dudes. It's them he wanna be like. It's sad, but it's fun to him, right? He never grew up. 31 and can't give his youth up. He's in his second childhood. When I float for the street, who else could it be? NAS, resurrect through the birth of my seed. Queensbridge, make everything right. Get yours.
So the way we raise our daughters, days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually. Trooping out of state for a plate. Knowledge, if coke was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing, fashion, designer clothes, lacing your click up with diamond minerals. Your people's holding dough, no parole, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine.
That's just a minute, man. That's not even, we're not getting nowhere near to the depth of this man's talent. But like, so you see him flipping. What was it? Was there a reason why you was just doing Queens rappers? Is that a reason you just picked those guys? Was there a reason you picked those three? Those you had a Mobb Deep and two Nas's.
Yeah. I had a boatload of acapellas that my friend DJ. Oh my gosh, my like I said earlier, my mind going crazy. DJ Break 'em Off. My partner gave me like a boatload of like acapellas. And at that time, it was just how the person that was filming it was cutting it, but I had almost everything from Southern rappers or whatever. But you know, there's an abundance of those older like 90s rappers. And a lot of those songs I really, really loved and wanted to kind of put a different spin to it. But yeah, though, man.
Gotcha. So before we got into Someday is really, really soulful. You know what I'm saying? And so before we get into Someday, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you. So coming up. So I get it. You. So I know you personally. I know you as a really, really. The one thing that everybody says about Donche, says about Ryan, he's a really, really nice guy. You know what I'm saying? We was talking earlier. And you was talking about the stuff you was doing with church. So I'm assuming you're a church boy like myself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%, right? So how does a church boy from Mendenhall, Mississippi, Risley, Mississippi, get into so to me, you in Mississippi, so right. So the Southern blues, anything that might be trap or dirty South, that's a given. How did you get into making these super duper soul sample boom bap hip hop records? So who were some of your early influences? Who were some of the people you studied? Who were some of your favorite producers that influenced you? Good question.
A broad statement is that I can only thank my family and just how I was brought up, how I got, oh my God, hold on. I got the joint that
there we go. You back.
The cameras with them 30-minute joints on it. But here we go. But yeah, so my family put me on a whole lot of good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have family up in Michigan, family in Chicago, family in New York, and my big brother and my big brother and sister, they put me on so many influences when I was growing up. So even though my parents were ultra like, you know, didn't want that nonsense in the house type situation, I'm riding around with my brother listening to everything from AZ and Nas to, you know, No Limit and Cash Money, you know what I'm saying, to Snoop, Dre, and Spice One. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of influences that I heard all the time. And then in terms of my sister, put me on everything from Prince to of course Michael Jackson. That's like the mainstream, but like them other cuts, you know what I mean? Like I was bumping a whole lot and hearing a whole lot. And so yeah, for in terms of my production, my early influences was like I was big on Manny Fresh. I loved what he was doing, and most people were calling me like Little Manny Fresh when I first started doing like tracks or whatever. But Dre, you know, DJ Premier, uh, man, it's so many Pete Rock, it's so many influences I had as a young kid that I was like, man, I love that sound. And at first I didn't think I could do that sound until lo and behold, David Banner comes about and he's producing stuff. And I'm hearing some of the stuff on Gray Skies, and I'm like, who? It's not just him. And you know, you start reading liners, it's like, oh my goodness. Like the influence, every producer that was a part of that Gray Skies album, just like that made me know that we could do it here in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? You think like it has to be the premieres or it has to be places outside of Mississippi, just those people. But just knowing that people from the hometown was like putting it down like that.
And you know, the thing about it is like, and I'm real big on this, man. Like, okay, I'm trying not to go too much on the deep end here. I feel like I'm not one of those people who are like, you're not black if you wasn't born in America, right? I'm not one of those ADOS people, whatever. I'm a Pan Africanist. But I did. But this is what I will say. I feel like hip hop. Hear me out. I feel like hip hop truly didn't become Black American until it came to the South, because it was created by immigrants, right? And they're Black, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? And so the people who are actually creating with these instruments and the people that are sampling are from the South. You know what I'm saying? Like James Brown is not from New York, but Public Enemy sampled all these James Brown records. You know, Clyde Stubblefield and from the Gap Band. They're from Oklahoma. So I heard somebody made an argument that like, the Genesis West Coast G-Funk comes from the Gap Band. I don't know. That's an argument somebody made, but hey, I'll listen to it because I'm Oklahoma native, so whatever. But so for me, it makes sense. Like, as a Southerner, like, you were talking about Premier's from Texas. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about we talk about Ski Beats, he's from North Carolina. Bink is from North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? No, no, Bink, not Bink. Jesus Christ. Knots is from Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys, July 6th, Carlos Brody is from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those people making some of these classic boom bap soul simple records are from the South, right? But they're chopping up these different instruments that were played by Southern session players. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I asked you that question, but I think about it like it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is where the soul comes from. Like, Kool Herc is from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the Godfather hip hop and a lot of those early producers, you know what I'm saying? They're from the Caribbean, and I'm not knocking that. I love it, but you can't never discount Southern influence on this culture, because even Pete Rock was Southern sampling sampling Southern artists. You know what I'm saying? So who were some of like who were some of the first artists that like you kind of produced for in Jackson or anywhere that kind of like was big records for you? The people like, oh shit, Donche really got them beats.
On the Slick, I was so in-house, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't really get a chance to really branch out like that. Now, I did work with people out of state. Obviously, you know, me and you were kind of similar age. Like we came up in the MySpace era when people just started like doing networking that way. So I networked with a few people, sold a few tracks to some people out west. Shout out the word, and shout out a couple other folks. But in terms of who I like, who I really got working with to get me like in the mindset that okay, people like my beats, we'll make them. It's Fifth. Like Fifth is legitimately, Fifth Child is the person that heard my beats, was like, how much you want for that? I want to rap to it, and actually rap to it. I've sold to people, and there's been people that sit on my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember at the height of MySpace, I guess maybe not the height, but when it was still rocking or whatever. And Lupe Fiasco's was on his, you know, his up curve, his rise, and when he was first starting out, and it was people around him like Bishop G and other people like that. I was part of like a production collective called FLCL on MySpace with people like K-Town, Jay Gatsby, and a couple other people that some may have heard, may not have heard, but K-Town was doing some heavy production with them. So I was like thinking at some point K-Town was gonna blow because he was doing heavy production for Bishop G. And I wanted just to have someone to rhyme on my stuff. I remember, and I don't know if Bishop G would ever see this. For those who don't know, Bishop G is like a close friend of Lupe Fiasco's, and he was like a big part of, he was the comedic portion of their radio shows. They were like doing a podcast before podcasts were whatever called that. And he got my beat that I made for him, tailor made. It was like an NFL, it sampled the NFL theme. It was pretty hard. He took it and he recorded to it, but it felt like, I feel like he just recorded straight off his laptop. It was just disrespectful. I was like, wow, man, okay. And so I kind of fell back after that because I was like, dog, man, like
they're not respecting you. They're not like
not respecting. So I focused most of my attention on people I can, you know, locally that I can really just lock horns with and just say, hey, does this sound okay? What can I put to it? Or what's your thought? And just build with, you know what I'm saying? So before Silas, it wasn't too many like big names that I produced for. The biggest name, oddly enough, is who we're going to talk about. Because first off, you being on my track was big, but man, when we get into the history of the actual beat and how I made it and the thought process I had for it, I had two people in mind and had no clue that two other people would fit it so well, and it would be one of my favorite rappers.
All right, let's talk about that. I'm messing up here. Let's talk about that then, right? So I'm gonna tell you, okay. So, all right. So let's talk about that, right? So let's talk about, because I remember you said you wanted, you might have said Skipping Pie Infamous, right? So tell me about, so tell me about how you came up with the beat, where's the sample from, the inspiration from, and why specifically did you kind of want like kind of some Black Conscious rap on this beat?
Okay, so I was going through a thing of trying to look up artists at this time, not just dig, but dig with purpose at one point in time. And I really wanted to know like the history of people. So I was doing deep dives on YouTube, and like, if I like someone, I wanted to know their whole life story and looking up documentaries. And so I was looking up, just going through one day, and I saw these samples. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, while you're looking, I'm gonna pause it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect, man. So yeah, bro. So you found it. So tell me what you found.
Yeah, so I just had to remind myself, man, just like the thread I was going down. So I was looking up the life of Sam Cooke. This was before they did a recent Netflix documentary on him. And so I was looking up his life, and I was checking out some of his songs, and then that kind of, if you know his story, you know how that flows into the story of Bobby Womack and how that infamously turns out. But I listen to a lot of Bobby's tracks, and I love his like the bass in his songs. And you know, I started pairing up that one of my favorite songs off of Little Brother's album that has it's called, one of those songs called Hiding Place off of
Where you gonna hide?
yes,
Bro,
had
I'm a
that
little
Bobby
brother
Moore.
Stan. I'm a little brother
Yeah,
Stan, bro.
man.
I'm a Stan,
Me
bro.
too. Me and my partner Rico, man. That was our college years, man. Me
Right.
discovering the listening, and then discovering like some of their other albums, man. And so Hiding Place was one of them joints. So I was like, man, that's a tough, like, at first I didn't know if that was Ninth or not on the production, because they say Dilla's name. So I was like, is this Ninth or is it Dilla?
Well, he said I saw Big Pooh was talking about that earlier. Originally, it was supposed to feature. So you know how Fontaine Elzai went back and forth.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Dilla. It was supposed to be Dilla and Pooh going back and forth. So that's why I said Dilla's name. But I want to say he had got sick. This is when he got, because this is he died in 2006. So this is like towards the end. You know what I'm saying? When he really got sick or whatever. But originally, that's what he said. Me and Dilla go hard. Yeah. But he was supposed to be on this, right.
Okay. Well, all that led me to like, if this is Bobby Womack's sample, I need to listen to more of these joints. And so I found the joint that I used for Someday, and I had chopped it. And as I'm chopping it, as I'm setting out, as I'm, you know, just listening to the sample before I even added anything to it, like you mentioned Skip Coon. Skip Coon is like our residential Jackson, like wordsmith that's on that conscious level. And I wanted, you know, I've wanted to do a song with Skip Coon for so long. And him and Mr. Nick were like rolling back in the day. They was like dropping, like, I think they got 3-4 projects together, and they were all hot. And so I was like, I just want to do one song for him. That's all I wanted to do. And so I had him and Pi Infamous both conscious, and I was like, this is perfect. Someday, very hopeful, but at the same time, it got that melancholy feel to it. So I sent it to him. I've had to send it to him at this point by email close to 12, 13 times. And at one point in time, he thought I produced another song. So it was like, oh yeah, I got the song done, and sent somebody else's produced song to me. And I'm like, nah, this ain't it, man. So
oh man,
I thought, but there's not, you know, he's not down to me. We're definitely gonna work at some point, man. But yeah, like I was just like, dang, this beat is just gonna sit here, and it sounded dated. So I had to, by the time I played it for y'all, but for the beat sale, I did a little bit more mixing to it. Not much, but just a little bit more, because, you know, I've gotten a little bit better. I think I made the track back in either 10 or 11. So it's a significantly older beat. But you got to understand, in Mississippi, right before you came, like Sweet 106 was the spiritual sun spot. Like it was the spiritual successor to 7 Studios. Instead, 7 Studios is where 5th, 730, man, so many people have come up and through there, man. I think 5D has been in there before. I know Venom used to spin in there. Scrap used to spin in there. Fingerprint would spin in there all the time. You know what I mean? It's like that was where everybody that did something. That's where Cocky McFly and like most of the comics came through him. You know, it was a mecca place. And that was that sweet spot where they had just started. I think they was on the second project at that point. So I'm looking at these people that I'm seeing. I'm like, oh, we got so much talent here. And I really wanted to work with them and put something out like that. And so when that beat set, I was just like, dog, I guess nobody's going to jump on it. Never in a million years. When you sent me that verse, in the mail,
I'm pausing right there. Look. So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this is the reason why. This is where we are. All right, so I'm gonna tell you the story. So I get the beat. I want to say it's January 18th, and like So I bought that, and I got 2 other beats which are also on the project as well. And you know what I'm saying, we could talk about that, or maybe I could bring you on when I bring the next guest on. So
Gotcha.
I get the beat, and I'm just like, yo, this, you said you wanted some black stuff on it, boom, boom. And I'm looking at the room. The room is a little younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the oldest guy in the room. So like a lot of these other guys, they might have wanted your trap stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was there for the soul. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, I
Gotcha.
literally made sure I had good position by you so I can, be it like they do at the auctions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh, I'm here, you don't see me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I remember I got the beat, and so I had it, and like I was trying to write something to it, but I really couldn't find nothing. And like I had some other stuff that was kind of going on, but this song just kept on sticking out to me. So fast forward, March of 2018, Tyler Kweli is coming to Baton Rouge, and he's bringing Skyzoo with him. Right now, I've been a Skyzoo fan since 2009, 2010. One of my favorite, I'm a champion of Skyzoo. He's one of my favorite rappers, and like I'm a real big proponent of underground hip hop. So I'm pushing Skyzoo. Jay-Z's my all-time favorite rapper, but you probably hear me talk about Skyzoo even more. Like him, Fonte, Black Milk, the Brother Ali's, like those are my guys. Like that's my bag right there. So I remember, so he got booked for the show. He got added to the bill late. He wasn't supposed to be on the bill at first at all. He got added late, and people in Baton Rouge had no idea who he was. So first of all, I was campaigning to get on the show, right? But I wasn't able to go to it. So even though I couldn't get on the bill, artists like that never come through Baton Rouge. So I promoted like it's my show. I probably brought 100 people to that show because I promoted the hell out of it. And I remember I made it, so I got on the Varsity Head real bad because they didn't add Skyzoo to the what's her names. Like I got on social media and I got on their head like y'all ain't gonna add them to the bill. That's why we can't have nice things. And so whatever. So fast forward, we go up there. Me and my guy Terrence were the only people who knew who Skyzoo was to know his lyrics, right? So I'm rocking with he killed it though. Like for nobody really knew who he was in the crowd. They was there to see Kweli, you know what I'm saying? And so he killed it though. So I go to his table and I'm drunk. Me and my partner Bullet Jones, I'm full of that, whatever we was drinking, and I'm drunk. And I'm like, man, like I can show the picture to you. Like my shirt is all sweaty and everything, bro. Like I go up to him, and so look, I knew he was a real one because he left the stage and he worked his own merch table. He worked his own merch table. So I go up to him. I had talked to him on Twitter a couple times, and I think I had talked to him. I tried bringing the Baton Rouge before, and I went up to him. I'm like, "Yo, Sky, what's up, man? My name is Marcel Black. I'm a huge fan. First of all, thank you for coming here." He was like, "You was the one that was going ham on social media about that." Yes, that's me. That's me. So he had one. So I don't really buy vinyl because I don't own a record player, and he had So I already had all the CDs he had because I still buy CDs or whatever. But he had one hat left with the Skyzoo logo. So I'm the only person in Louisiana with the FGR Skyzoo snapback or whatever. And so I go talk to him, blah 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, I'm kind of doing too much. Let me sober up a little bit. I'm gonna come back. So my partner Mark Dub was with me. I said, Mark, do me a favor, bro. Please do me a favor. Go out to the van. Go get a copy of Black Collar. And go get a copy of Seven. And go get it for me, please. So he go outside, he bring me the CDs. I walk up to him. I like, look, Sky. I said, look, I know you probably get a million rappers hit you up every single day, but I'm a huge fan of what you do. I'm working on an album, man. I was wondering, can I give you some of my music? I can give you my information. And if you like what you hear, hit me back. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me back or whatever. Boom. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yo, I got you, Duke. He said Duke. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the Brooklyn shit, right? I got you, Duke. So probably so that was March, I want to say 25th or what have you. Boom, 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 boom. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, Sky, it's Marcel, Louisiana. I was wondering, man. He was like, yo. He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, I like what you do. You know what I'm saying? He was like, the way the way he's like, the way you, whatever. I can't remember what song it was from Seven, but he mentioned a couple of songs that was from Cry Freedom. So he actually did listen to the music, right? He was like, yo, I like what you did. He was like, I like, man, so, I was like, here's the beat I got, you know what I'm saying? I was wondering if you'd do something. He said, if I like the beat, I'm gonna hit you back, let you know. So he hit me back. He said, yo, I like the beat. What's the concept? I like, man, this is about your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Just about what you're trying to do, what you've been doing, what you want to be remembered for, or whatever. Mind you, I hadn't even written my verse yet.
Wow.
I just told him the concept. He was like, yo, it's gonna be this much. I said, Sky, I love you to death, but I can't do that. What can we work out? Now, granted, so by this time it's like late March, early April, and the actresses just came out. So I had a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I had something, but I couldn't do what he wanted to do, right? He was like, you know what, bro? He was like, you was a real one when I met you. He was like, you know, I checked around, I heard about you. You were a good dude. I'm gonna give you a significant discount on what we're doing here. Not gonna say the man business, but he made it very, very affordable to where I still have a wife. You know what I'm saying? So I still have a wife. So he was like, yo, I'm going back to New York for a few days. He was like, you know, we got Easter weekend coming up. You're gonna have it the Monday after Easter Sunday. And so mind you, I meet him on March 25th. I had the verse like April 5th or 6th.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I had the verse like April 5th or 6th or whatever. And this song in that verse has been, and it's funny because like I didn't drop the album for another almost year and a half. The single for almost another year and a half. And around the same time, I'm matriculating as a touring artist. So I'm seeing Skyzoo all across the country now. We're doing the same festivals. So I remember, so that happened in March. He did the record. I'm sitting on the record. I ain't told nobody about the song, right? So I'm in Columbus, Ohio at the 2x2 festival. And I see this light-skinned bald head dude on the side of the stage, kind of like nodding his head. And I'm like, all right, they rocking. I ain't think nothing of it. I've always, you know what I'm saying? I walk up to him. He's like, yo, P Black. I'm like, and then he put his hat back on. I'm like, oh snap! Like you always see with a hat on, right? So I walk over to him. I walk over to him. I'm like, yo, what's up? And we chat. And first of all, he called me over there, right? And I'm dog. I've been super duper blessed to travel the country, meet some of my favorite rappers, work with some of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still a country boy from Southern Oklahoma, and I still geek out. And I have to work very, very hard to hide my fanboyism, right? Like one of my favorite rappers recognized me. And to make it even better, Donche, he introduced me to Apollo Brown.
Wow.
There's a picture with all of us. He had introduced me to I should have put the pictures on the podcast. He introduced me to Apollo Brown. I was like, yo, this old boy from Louisiana I was telling you about.
Wow, man.
Fast forward, a couple months later, he's in New Orleans on tour with Raz Cass. He shouted me out from the stage. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward, so now the album done dropped in last October, and he's coming with Elzai. We talked about Elzai earlier. He's coming with Elzai to New Orleans. I'm like, yo, the promoter was like, I know you fuck with Skyzoo. Come on. And so I end up, so my tour DJ ended up being the house DJ for the night. I ended up performing and hosting the show. And your boy was there, Rashid Hadi was on the bill with Fillmore Green.
Man.
So like I said, like I said all that to say, man, like this beat that you made was like a part of some of the best experiences. It was like the soundtrack to some of the best experiences on my best album with my favorite rapper. And like what people don't understand is like, for me, bro, like of course you know how I love the local scene and what's the name scenes, right? But at the same time, man, like I'm out here trying to live out my hip hop dreams. And as a way for me to like level up, I'm always trying to work with the best of the best, right? So whatever. So if I have opportunity to work with, you know, my bucket list artists, man, I gotta bring it. And so this nigga here, man, the one time he don't ever rap double time, bro. This guy's a fan, bro. There's only one other song that I can think of. It's called Black Sambo, and it might have been on Music for My Friends. That's the only other time I've ever heard him rap fast, right? This nigga get on my shit. I'm like, yo, this nigga just blacked out. And I'm like, bro, and I was like, I remember like, bro, you don't know how many verses I wrote. He gotta go last. I'm not going behind that, right? I gotta put him last on the record. You don't know how many verses I wrote, Donche. And after a while, I was just like, you know what? I just gotta do what I do, right? Like I can't, I've never been a fast rapper, never been a double time triple guy. I was like, all I can do is what I do as an MC, right? Okay, so I gotta be the best Marcel P. Black, I could. And those two verses that came out, that's just what it was, right? And I was like, okay, you know, I don't think anyone's gonna say I rap Skyzoo, but I don't think nobody's gonna say I don't belong with this record.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody's, you know, because I'm not a punchline guy. I'm not a rhyme scheme guy. I'm a delivery, I'm an intention guy, I'm a passion guy. I always say, like, as an MC, I'm more like a pastor than a poet. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a church boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna script you nothing like Langston Hughes. I'm gonna yell at you like I'm gonna yell at you like Malcolm X. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, like, yeah. So anyways, man, that ended up being like the highlight of that, one of the several highlights of the album, but the whole story around it and everything and the relationships gained from it, like it's really, really impacted my career in a positive way. So I'm gonna play the song for people who do not know. This is Someday, produced by the man I'm talking to, Donche, featuring Skyzoo.
It sure would be nice to know she's there.
I'm just trying to get about the struggle someday. I'm not your where they hustle Sunday to Sunday. Too many killers, Lord, I'm sick of all this gunplay. I just wanna see my daughter and my son safe. From Born to BK, they go the dumb way. I pray these lyrics make a difference in them some way. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take. More than just music or movements, I write for revolution. Not for the foolish or stupid, I'm here to clear confusion. I'm writing rubrics for shooters to aim at institutions. Politicking with gang members singing hallelujah. Cause every single day I pray my actions ain't in vain. That I ain't waste my time with change that never ever came. But I stay with it, committed to go and get it. Spit secular street scriptures for my niggas. I pledge allegiance to the black where youngest bang and get that crop. My mission to change conditions is scribbled in every sentence. Get all this dope about the hood, stop all the murder by the cops. My vengeance to get street niggas organized against the system. Much more than popping jiggers and blowing swishers. Trump got them not just tripping, man. These crackers trying to kill us someday. I just wanna see my people free, and I'ma keep on fighting like my ancestors did for me. I'm just trying to get about the struggle someday. I'm not your where they hustle Sunday to Sunday. Too many killers, Lord, I'm sick of all this gunplay. I just wanna see my daughter and my son safe. From Born to BK, they go the dumb way. I pray these lyrics make a difference in them some way. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take. Why you rappers lying about trapping? I write for folk held captive in prison systems and environments where our people trapped in. It ain't nobody coming to say what we gotta do for us. Can't put no trust in them government, they don't give a fuck. Believe in peace, but that don't mean I'm not violent. Want my paradise on earth, I ain't waiting till I'm dying. Whether white man's pie in the sky, and so I'm preaching self-reliance. Pull our resources together to make our situation better. And though I may not get that with you, hope my cheering do. Cause I may never see real freedom. We got work to do when it's all said and done. Be remembered as a one who always stood tall, both in action and in song. A man with good intentions, who talked it and still lived him, who never sold his soul or relied on a gimmick someday. I just want everything better, and I pray my music resonates from now until forever. Like, I'm just trying to get about the struggle someday. I'm not your where they hustle Sunday to Sunday. Too many killers, Lord, I'm sick of all this gunplay. I just wanna see my daughter and my son safe. From Born to BK, they go the dumb way. I pray these lyrics make a difference in them some way. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take.
Man, it would sure be nice to know that whenever you fought to suffice, none of that fighting was ever in vain. Due to the vein of what all that you write, knew that the game was more than the lights. Losing your name is part of the plight. You can remain and call it a life, or you can refrain from falling for height. I've been away from the part of the life where I'm not ever gonna have to regret. Looked in the mirror, saw what I like, not a facade attached to the rep. Be who I was who I am. Became a legend who rapped for the steps. Long as I'm steadily one with the stoop, then I never have to go back to the steps. Win or lose, I've been the shoes who you listen to, wanna fit into, or at least try to go get into. I'm Sky Davis on the dribble through, and Roger Klotz can't get into him. I'm coolin', me oh my, ghost writing for you listen to. It's me giving shows through being mine. Soul music, I be inside for heaven and a day. Meaning that even whenever you gone, I'll be the song you bury, you play. I'll be the songs that step in the way of all that you thought they left you to make. I've been involved with how you evolve, and that be the story my legacy made. Fuck with me.
I'm just trying to get about the struggle someday. I'm not sure where they hustle Sunday to Sunday. Too many killers, Lord, I'm sick of all this gunplay. I just wanna see my daughter and my son safe. From Born Rule to BK, they go the dumb way. I pray these lyrics make a difference in them some way. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take. I'm just trying to write forever all in one take.
Y'all killed that, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, you muted.
Oh, here we go. That's a record, man. Like that is a record, bro. Like it's so look, so it's probably about 2 months ago, or sometime during the pandemic. I'm not really sure. It was about 2 months ago, bro. And me and my wife are just up randomly watching TV, and I'm watching Doug. And it's the episode about the shoes. And he's talking, and it's the episode about the shoes. Yeah. And I'm just like, where am I getting this from? Like, what? Roger Klotz on the dribble through and the Sky Davis. I was like, yo! I went crazy, son. I was like, yo, this is what Sky Davis was right. This is what Skyzoo was talking about. I'm Sky Davis on the dribble through, and Roger Klotz can't figure it out. Who like, yo, I saw it firsthand. Like this nigga made a Doug funny Roger Klotz reference on my record, bro, and I lost it. And like, this is almost a year after the song 2 years after the song had been recorded. Like, Skyzoo was incredible, bro. And like, the only thing I would say. What's going on my screen here? All right, so the only thing I guess I ain't gonna say regret, but the only thing that I really, you know what I'm saying, wish that would have happened was that I would have got to perform the song with him when we opened. Like I was at the beginning and he wasn't there when I first did my set or whatever. But like other than that, man, it's been a fairy tale, bro, and it's been like super great. And once again, man, I shot a video to it, so I'm tripping.
Yeah, I was about to say because
so this one.
Shout out to the person. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say shout out to y'all for the video concept, to the person that filmed and edited it, because like, bruh, it's fire and it fits so perfectly, and y'all shot it during the pandemic. So
I'm going to take credit because that was my screenplay. Big shout out to White Dirt. Why is it not? Hold up. Why is it not?
Is it frozen?
No, I'm trying to get it off the let's take a pause for the calls, ladies and gentlemen. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, my bad, y'all. I had some technical technicals or what have you, but we back straight. But yeah, so I'm not gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video, but we're gonna talk while it's going on. Just real quick. This is Someday, produced by Donche. I couldn't, of course, Skyzoo's not in the video, but two other artists that are on the album are in the video, Mila T and Cartoon Character, my daughter and my son, you know what I'm saying? Shot by White Dirt on location here in Baton Rouge. It was directed and filmed by White Dirt, my man Jed the Sloth, but I came up with the screenplay. This is the Rap Dad minivan, and I didn't tell her to do that. She decided to do that on her own. You know what I'm saying? This is after the video or whatever. This is like my house, my front yard, that you see them jumping off the porch and stuff or whatever. So yeah, man, I just had this idea for a long time. And like, I mean, for me, the reason why I did a video like this, number one, you know, my father passed last March, and like, and I'm still dealing with it, still going through therapy, things of that nature. And I have all these great memories of my father, specifically the things that we did with music. You know what I'm saying? He was a musician. Mm-hmm. He played guitar. He played all the different instruments. Music and basketball, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I love it so much, you know what I'm saying? Because of my father. And I just thought about what are some cool things that I could do with my children that they'll remember forever. So when they think back when I was, 8, 9 years old, I was in the music, I was on my daddy's rap album and he put us in the music video. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to do some cool stuff, man. And then also we'll see at the end of the video, but man, I wanted to honor the queen, the sister, you know what I'm saying? Miss Sadie, man, she ran the African American Museum in South Baton Rouge, and she was like murdered by some punk ass coward, you know what I'm saying, last summer. So if you look on the album cover for Black Messiah, the first Black Messiah is a picture of her, and I did get permission from her son to use her likeness or what have you. But when I came back around for the deluxe edition, I put Lil T, a fictional character as the artwork, but I still wanted to do like a proper tribute to her. And so, when we, by the end of the video comes, you'll see, we're giving her 5 flowers, whatever. But yeah, man, this is like, my mama loves it because it got her grandbabies in it. I wish my pops would have been able to see. He'd have really loved it or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But we had a real good day that day, man. It was a real good situation. My daughter was in it. My son was over it pretty soon. He was like, "Man, Daddy, can we just go?" My daughter's like, she there for the serving the cameras. My son is just like, "Man, can we go back to the park, please, bro?" Like, and they had just, I think, I don't know what it was, but they had just got like, I know. Yeah, I just bought him Nikes. I just bought him Jordans or whatever. And I just got him that polo, whatever. So they wanted to wear I had some other clothes for them to wear in the video, but there's a matching outfit. He couldn't find his shirt. So I had to, like little boys do, so I had to switch it up at the end of the day. But yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to White Dirt, man. We probably shot this video in 2.5 hours, man. It didn't take us long at all.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to support Black colleges, and shout out to Free Breakfast Apparel. That's a support Black colleges hat, the Black Power, or the Black Panthers hat rather. No, Super Black hat, I think it is. I got so many. That's by Free Breakfast Apparel. So I always wear my polo, but I always try to support Black owned brands as well whenever I'm doing videos. But yeah, that's I wasn't even meaning to give a play-by-play thing of the video, but it's kind of happened like that. But so we were talking a little bit while ago, man. So what do you have? So we were talking about beat tapes, or we were talking about your camera stuff, man. So tell us a little bit about that, so then we gonna get on down.
Okay, yeah. So like many people during the pandemic, one of the things that you had a lot of time to just sit with your feelings, or sit with, and just figure out, what am I gonna do cooped up, especially during the front end when it was like a for real quarantine going on. And so most people was like, hey, whatever your passions is, this ain't no time better than now to start dipping into it. And for the longest, I've been wanting to do like a video project with my beats, you know what I mean? Or like curated special beats that I push to the side that's like emotions or something that I really feel is like more personal than a beat that I would just release. You know what I'm saying? Even the Someday beat had like something in mind, like a thought process in mind that I just kind of kept to the side until it was just like, dang, I guess nobody gonna fool with it. And so I bought a couple camera bodies, of course, entry level, because I ain't, it was a pandemic and I'm still not like a rich person. I'm doing okay. But bought a couple cameras that, probably like $200 each. It's not that crazy. And then lenses or whatnot. But I really wanted to get better at that to be able to do it myself. But in the midst of everything, I've talked with a couple people locally. I think just all over, there are creatives. There are creatives in your city that you might not even know. I know in Baton Rouge, though, like you got people, like you said, White Dirt shot the video for you. There's people that are doing great things. You just got to tap in with them. So I'm tapping in with a few people, and I'm working on a beat tape now that I'm looking to both put out on Bandcamp, but just to also just put something out on Vimeo. I'm not even thinking about doing it on YouTube unless they pull my leg.
Do you have Bandcamp Pro?
I don't think I do, but I'm thinking about. I
If
think
you
I need
have
to get.
if you have Bandcamp Pro, you can put the videos up on Bandcamp too.
Word. Oh, say less.
Yeah. So I always do that. Matter of fact, there was a couple projects. There was a couple songs. I want to say the stuff that I did for Angry Black Raps. Oops, I'm telling all my business up here. Video. I got orders I need to ship out. Yeah. So look, yeah, you got videos. You got videos and like you know, all the stuff up here. Let me see.
That's what's up.
Let me see something. So like even even if you pick let's see, someday. Or just let me see. I don't know if I have someday, but I know for some of the other albums, okay, Angry Black Raps, like it has the option to click on the video. So there's an option as soon as you go to the EP and like the song.
Man, you give me the sauce, man. You give me the game.
You see, Black Fist Gang Signs has an option to look at the video. Boom, just like that.
Man,
I
appreciate that.
I'm a Bandcamp disciple, bro. I'm finally about to put this on streamers later. I'm about to put it on streamers finally, whatever. But I love Bandcamp. I made Bandcamp, while it didn't replace everything I lost. You know, I lost about 40 grand worth of gigs this year. Yeah, that's just from like March to August. You know what I'm saying? But me putting out stuff on Bandcamp, I made it like in the mid 5 figures. You know what I'm saying? Just on Bandcamp Fridays and things of that nature. So I'm a disciple of them. So look, I'm on your SoundCloud, man. Where else can we find you? What's the comprehensive place to go find music from Donche?
Right now still there, but pretty soon. I got a Bandcamp. Donche did it. You can catch me on there. Right now, the only project I have there is sort of a Venom pressure project that I put together when I I was getting ready to do a show. I was on the bill with Megaran when he came over to Offbeat. He was like, man, you need to have some merch, man. And so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And so yeah, a few remixes to ride too. So it's sort of like a hodgepodge of some remixes I've done. Some good, some, a little bit older, but all of them I felt decent enough to put out. And so that's the only thing that's chilling there right now, but I'm gonna revamp that whole thing. I'm gonna take that cheesy piece of logo off. So trust, I'm about to become a Bandcamp disciple myself. So in terms,
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
No, all I was gonna say, if you want to get at me though, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. All of it is Donche Did It, and so that's probably why you can find me, because everybody is perfect. Everybody, when they search for me, or no, when I started doing music with people, because they saw Donche Did It so much, they just attached that to it. So I spell my name. It's my middle name. That's why I'm Donche.
That's what I'm about to ask you. Where you get the name Donche from?
Yeah, you could thank my big sister, man. She blessed me because I have a very generic, like Ryan. I like Ryan, but look, Ryan is a very generic name.
My first name is Brian, and Williams is the most common last name in the world. So, that's why I go by Marcel. Whatever. Gotcha. I guess so. I'm about to ask you where you get the name from. So I guess the last question I want to ask you, bro. Last time I asked the team, we only got 3 for the album. When can we expect a Donche and Marcel project? But we got to do this, man.
You know what? I want to hit the ground running, man. I want to hit the ground running this year, and just similar to what I did 2018 and 19 in terms of the Clear Cash Sundays. I want to quit sitting on ideas or trying to over perfect ideas. Like when all is said and done, I overthink so much. I've been making beats through this whole thing, but I overthink. I sit on stuff until much later. So I feel like, 22, like in tail end of 22, we would probably have something. Like I'll be sending you beats pretty soon.
I'm with it, man, because I'm a little bit more respectful now. Fifth child is married, but man, literally, we did the math, bro. I've probably spent about over the if we go days, like literal 24-hour days, bro, I probably spent 4 months worth of time at Fifth Child's house over the last 3 or 4 years. Like I'm out there a lot. Like I go out there on the Thursday, come back on the Sunday recording, or anytime I'm traveling through on tour or whatever. So like he married now, so I'm a married man. I respect that. And Jessica's super duper cool, you know what I'm saying? But I understand that he requires more privacy now. So, but I'm still gonna be working with Fifth as long as I'm in the area. So, it ain't nothing for me to pop up in Jackson. Hey man, just come over, let's knock out a couple of different things. But I definitely I've been I don't know if people be capping a lot, but a lot of people are always asking for particular productions. I've been sending rappers and DJs to you for a long time. So if you ever anybody from Baton Rouge, just because I'm sending them to you, it's like you and a couple other producers who I know who can make any type of beat. You know what I'm saying? If you want the Gullah Gullah Islands, if you want the Someday or anything in between, you definitely have the skill set to do it. You know what I'm saying? And first and foremost, dog, you a cool dude, bro. You a great brother. And like that's for me. I'm in the business of, I know a lot of people, bro. I know a lot of talented people, but I don't recommend everybody because everybody's not worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, man, I'm real big on relationships and reputation. And one thing I would not do is co-sign somebody, regardless of their talent, if I know that it's gonna be smudged on my name for the way they treated people. And so you were extremely down to earth, good dude. You know what I'm saying? Well intentioned. And anybody watching this, I highly recommend that you work with Donche, because the guy that we're talking to today is the guy he is every single day, and that's important to me. That's just like relationships and reputation is just the way you do business. Is if we can't play the game like the white man and just do whatever for money. Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that's the part of the reason why the game is messed up is that we play the game like our enemy. We can't play the game like our enemy. Black folks are Southerners. We got to do right by each other, give everybody fair deals, fair handshakes, and fair treatment. You know what I'm saying? And so I would never recommend someone to anybody else who I felt that they wouldn't do that. And like, you're an incredible producer, man. And I wanted you to hear me say that, man, because I really value what you do overall, but I specifically, like, you hold a special place of heart because of Someday is if there was one song that represented the search of the Black Messiah from beginning to end, from content and legacy and just all the different messaging, it is that particular beat. And it all begins with you chopping up that Bobby Womack sample. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you, brother. Before I go, I got to pay my own bills here, man. For people who do not know, In Search of the Black Messiah Deluxe Edition is on marcelpblack.bandcamp.com. I got hoodies, I got t-shirts, I got CDs, I got cassettes. Still kind of taking slow, still kind of moving at a particular pace on the face masks, but they're coming real soon. All these different things, man. marcelpblack.bandcamp.com, marcelpblack.bandcamp.com, on Instagram, marcelpblack.com. I'm sorry. On Instagram, Marcel P. Black, website, marcelpblack.com, Twitter, Marcel P. Black, Facebook, Marcel P. Black. Brother Donche, it was a pleasure talking to you, and I can't wait.
It was awesome.
I can't wait. I wouldn't even try to go this long, but like I told you, bro, it's all about the conversation. And like, when people are watching this, I want them to see these type of conversations, because all they hear are the beats and they watch the music videos and they see the performances. They don't know the human beings and all the different things that go into making this art. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just as important as the quality of the art, and the content of the music is the content of the conversation. So it was a pleasure talking to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and let these people go about their business. Y'all be sure, man, marcelpblack.com every Monday, Marcel P. Black Mondays, you know what I'm saying? In Search of the Black Messiah Deluxe Edition, Deconstructed. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.